Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're taking you somewhere truly special. The Maldives.
Ah, paradise.
Exactly. But forget just dreaming about those pictures. We're going deep into a really practical, carefully put together 4-day itinerary. It's based on what actual travelers have shared, designed to give you, everything you need for an amazing first visit.
It's interesting, isn't it? Most people hear Maldives and immediately think ultra expensive, super exclusive resorts.
Right.
And yes, those are definitely there. But what's changing and what's exciting is that there's this whole growing range of ways to experience it now. You really can soak up that incredible beauty, even on different budgets.
Absolutely. It's not just one thing anymore. You've got these buzzing local islands full of life, and then the really quiet, serene resort islands, a whole spectrum.
Hmm.
So for the next 40 minutes or so, think of us as your guides. We'll walk you through day by day where to go, what to eat, things you absolutely shouldn't miss. Basically, a perfect plan if you're visiting for the first time and want a real feel for the place, ready to jump into day one.
Let's do it. And day one starts with arrival in Malé, the capital. What's immediately striking, I think, is the contrast.
How so?
Well, you land, and you're in this dense, busy city. It's quite different from the postcard image of, secluded beaches.
Yeah.
Experiencing Malé first gives you this important grounding. It shows you there's this vibrant Maldivian culture and history beyond just the resorts.
That's a great point. So day one morning, we're diving straight into Malay's heart. The recommendation is to head for the North Pier. You've got the vegetable market and the dry fish market there.
A real sensory experience, I imagine.
Totally. Think fresh local fruits, vegetables, the smell of spices, and then all the local snacks. People talk about tuna chips. Siom is apparently a local nut-dried mango, coconut sticks, things locals actually eat.
And right nearby, just across the street, is the fish market by the harbor. That's where you see the fishermen bringing in their catch on the traditional wooden boats, the donis.
The donies, right.
Yeah, with those distinctive curved prows. Mid-morning is apparently the best time to see the buzz, locals buying fish. It's quite a sight, even if you're not buying anything yourself.
Definitely sounds like it captures the local energy. Oh, and before leaving that spot, there's a tip. Walk to the end of the pier near the vegetable market.
Okay.
You might actually see wild stingrays in the water there. One traveler mentioned it was a surprisingly cool moment, just seeing them glide by.
Wow, that's amazing. So, culture next, after the markets.
Yep. The afternoon is for soaking up some Maldivian culture. First thing to remember, though, is the dress code for religious sites.
Right, important point. Respectful dress is key. Long trousers for men and for women, skirts below the knee and covered shoulders.
Exactly. So the first stop is the Old Friday Mosque. It dates back to 1656, which is incredible.
Built from coral stone, I believe, with intricate carvings.
That's right. Delicate coral carvings and inscriptions. Now, technically, non-Muslims need permission to go inside, but word is the staff are often helpful and might let you have a respectful look around outside of prayer times. Worth asking politely, anyway.
Good tip. And then there's the Grand Friday Mosque nearby.
Yeah, much newer, much bigger. You can't miss the huge golden dome. Same rules apply for visiting outside prayer times, modest dress.
And conveniently, right near there is a lunch spot.
Perfect timing. The Seagull Cafe. It's built around this big leafy tree, apparently quite charming.
I've heard about that one.
People say try and get a table upstairs. You get a great view of the Grand Friday Mosque's dome while you eat.
Nice. What's good on the menu?
Tuna steak seems to be a winner, and the biryani gets mentioned a lot too. It sounds like a lovely way to just sit, eat, and absorb the atmosphere.
Okay, so markets, mosques, lunch. What about winding down the day?
As evening comes, Lomzirari Park is suggested. It's meant to be a nice, calm spot. Shady paths, benches, flowers, a bit of an oasis after the city buzz.
A green escape.
Exactly. And from the edge of the park, you can get a view of the Sinamali Bridge. That's the big bridge connecting Malé to the airport island, Hohul, and also to Hulumal, which we'll talk about for day two.
Ah, okay. The connection point.
Right.
Yeah.
And apparently you might even see surfers catching waves near there too.
Cool. Dinner plans for day one.
Salatai is recommended. It's about a 10-minute walk from the park. Sounds like classic Thai dishes, green curry, chicken satay, and definitely mango sticky rice.
Mango sticky rice. Always a good idea.
One thing to maybe keep in mind, though, restaurants in Malé can get packed right after the evening prayer call around sunset. So maybe aim for slightly before or after that rush.
Good practical advice.
Yeah.
And if people have a bit more time in Malé, Any other quick mentions?
Sure. There's the National Museum for History Buffs, Sultan Park for more green space. The Sinamali Bridge itself is quite a sight, and Muley Age, the old presidential residence, is architecturally interesting to see from the outside.
Got it. So that wraps up a pretty full day one in Malay.
Yeah, a great introduction. Okay, day 2. We're heading across that bridge to Male, but first, breakfast.
Done like a local, I hope.
Absolutely. We need to find a hota.
The traditional tea shops, right?
Exactly. They open super early, stay open late. Maguku Huta, near the King Salman Mosque, back in Male, before you cross, comes highly recommended.
And what should we try there?
The must-try dish is mas huni. Have you heard of it?
I have. Spicy tuna, grated coconut, chilies. Sounds amazing.
Right. Eaten with fresh, warm flatbread called chapati. You just scoop it up. Sounds like the perfect, authentic start.
Definitely sets the tone. Okay, so after breakfast, we head to Male.
Yep. Rent a car, scooter, maybe even a bike, and cruise across the Sinamali Bridge. Male itself is fascinating. It's reclaimed land, basically built out of the sea to create more space. Quite an engineering feat.
A different side of the Maldives again.
Yeah.
Modern development.
For sure. So afternoon in Male is all about the ocean. They have a public beach there, white sand, those cool swing seats you see in photos, even a floating swimming pool platform.
Sounds lovely. Beach etiquette reminder here, maybe.
Good point. While you're right on the sand, it might be more relaxed, but in the public areas nearby, a cover-up over swimwear is the respectful way to go.
Right. And for activities.
A short walk from the beach is the Male Water Sports Club. They've got jet skis, kayaks, but also guided stuff, surfing lessons, snorkeling trips, visits to sandbars. Seems like they cater to everyone, beginners included.
Perfect for getting out on that turquoise water.
Mm-hmm.
What about food nearby?
For refueling, red snapper and coffee beans sounds great. It's described as a rustic beachside place. They do fresh fruit mocktails. The banana mia sounds particularly good, plus salads, seafood, burgers. Casual and tasty.
Nice, easy option. How about the evening in Male?
The suggestion is to take a walk through Central Park. It's where local families hang out in the cooler evenings. Apparently has a nice, colorful water fountain. Just a chill, local vibe.
Sounds relaxing. And dinner.
Pilawus comes up as a popular casual choice. It serves Sri Lankan food, things like kotu, which is chopped roti with vegetables and meat and string hoppers.
Oh, Katu's fantastic. Good recommendation. Any other quick mentions for Male if people have extra time?
Yeah, a few things. There's the Male Mosque itself. For food with maybe more of a view, 2024 Cloud Signature gets good mentions for seafood and Asian dishes.
Okay.
If you're really into diving, 2024 Dune Maldives does scuba, snorkeling, even shark diving. And for something totally different, the Clay Studio Maldives offers pottery and painting sessions.
A bit of creativity. Cool. So that's Male covered. What's next? Day 3.
Day 3 is island hopping time. We're heading out to the Aleph Dal Atoll, specifically to a local island called Digura.
Okay, so leaving the Male area now, how do you get there?
It's about a 2.5-hour ferry trip. And this is interesting. Up until about 2010, islands like Digura weren't really open to international tourists in the same way. Tourism was mostly confined to the private resort islands.
Right, that policy change really opened things up for more authentic local experiences.
Yeah.
The ferry itself is probably a good way to see a bit of local life too, and more budget-friendly than a speedboat or a seaplane.
Definitely. So on islands like Digura, you find these charming guest houses, small boutique hotels. It's a chance to really connect with Maldivian culture and the local people who are known for being incredibly warm.
But it's a different vibe from a resort, important to note. Generally no alcohol or pork available, and beachwear is more conservative outside of specific tourist beaches.
Exactly. Usually there is a designated bikini beach area. Digura itself is described as this long, narrow island, about 2 miles, mostly a fishing village, maybe 600 residents, beautiful beach, and a sheltered blue lagoon.
Sounds idyllic. Any specific place to stay recommended?
TME Retreats Digura gets mentioned a lot. It's beachfront, affordable, has its own restaurant and pool, and it's close to that bikini beach. Plus, they organize excursions.
Like snorkeling and diving. That atoll is famous for marine life, isn't it?
Hugely famous.
Yep.
Especially for whale sharks and manta rays. TME Retreats organizes trips specifically to see them. Imagine that swimming with whale sharks.
That's a bucket list item for many people.
Incredible.
Okay, so afternoon on Digura. Settled in, what do you do?
Relax and explore. Lunch could be at the hotel, or apparently there's a place called Hermit's, known for amazing fresh coconut ice cream.
Oh, perfect for the heat.
Then maybe a wander through the village itself, which is mostly at the northern end. The southern end is more gardens and a few other resorts. The island's small enough to explore easily on foot.
And back to the beach, presumably.
Or join one of those snorkeling tours. Whale sharks, mantas, turtles. The underwater life there is meant to be spectacular.
Definitely sounds like a highlight. How about the evening on Dagura?
Two cool options suggested. One is a sunset fishing trip on a traditional dhonie. You learn the local handline fishing techniques.
And maybe catch dinner?
Exactly. Often they'll barbecue whatever you catch right there on the boat. Sounds amazing.
That does sound special. What's the alternative?
Dinner in the village. Shell Cafe is mentioned for casual noodles and fried rice. Or Malavelli Restaurant, which has ocean views and a bigger menu, grilled tuna, nasi goreng, veggie dishes, even burgers if you're craving something familiar.
Good to have options. Any other points of interest near Dagura, dive centers, or other activities?
Yeah, if you're looking for Thai food, there's Absolute Thai. For divers, Dive Blue Maldives and Dagura divers are well regarded. Blue Tribe Maafushi runs dolphin and whale watching trips, plus kayaking. And Dive Oceanus is another dive operator option. Lots focused on the water, understandably.
Makes sense. It's all about that incredible marine environment. Okay, brings us to day 4.
Day 4 is about getting a taste of that other side of the Maldives, the resort experience, but without necessarily staying overnight.
Ah, the day pass idea. Smart.
Right. Many private resort islands in the atoll offer day passes. So the morning suggestion is to pick one and go experience their facilities. Think fancy pools, maybe included cocktails, just a different level of amenities. Boutique Beach is mentioned as one that might even offer cooking classes or diving trips with their pass.
So you get a glimpse of the luxury life for a day. And lunch would likely be included.
Often, yes. Check the specific pass details, but resort buffets can be quite impressive, usually with a wider food selection and potentially alcohol options too, which you wouldn't find on Dagura.
And the afternoon on the resort island, more ocean time.
Definitely. Use their snorkeling gear, explore the house reef. South Atoll is just phenomenal for marine life, so even just snorkeling near the resort, you have a good chance of seeing amazing things. Colorful fish, corals, maybe even mantas or whale sharks passing by.
It's really renowned for that megafauna.
And some resorts are doing interesting things with conservation, too. Like LUX South Atoll has coral planting initiatives where guests can sometimes participate.
That's great to hear, contributing to reef health.
Yeah.
Okay, so after the resort day trip.
Head back to Dagura as it cools down in the late afternoon. And here's a lovely cultural suggestion. See if you can watch, or maybe even join in, a game of Bashi.
Bashi. What's that?
It's a traditional game played mainly by Maldivian women, sort of like volleyball, but played facing away from the net, hitting the ball backwards. Looks unique. You might see it played in the village square.
How interesting. A real local experience.
Yeah, along with other sports locals enjoy, like soccer, volleyball, badminton. And then in the evening, keep an eye out for a Boduburu performance.
Ah, the drumming and dancing.
Exactly. Very energetic, traditional music and dance. A fantastic way to experience Maldivian culture firsthand.
Sounds like a perfect end to the cultural exploration. Any other resorts worth noting in South Atoll, maybe for future reference if people want a full resort stay?
Sure. Some names that come up are Villa Park Sun Island Resort. There's a Centaura collection opening in 2025 on Maafushi Island, Lily Beach Resort and Spa, and also Nova Maldives opening in 2025 as well. Good ones to keep in mind.
Okay, excellent. So that covers the 4 days in quite some detail.
Yeah, let's do a quick recap. Day 1, Malé, the culture, the markets, that's city buzz.
Day 2, Hulimale local breakfast, bridge crossing, water sports, modern Maldivian life.
Day 3, Dagura Island escape, ferry journey, incredible marine life encounters, local village charm.
And Day 4, a taste of resort luxury with a day pass, snorkeling, and then back to Dagura for local sports, and maybe some Boduburu.
It really feels like a balanced introduction, doesn't it? You get the culture, the relaxation, the stunning nature.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It shows you there's more to Maldives than just one type of holiday. It blends different experiences really well for a first-timer.
And, this is just scratching the surface, right? A starting point. There are so many islands, so many different ways to explore, whether you stick to local islands or go full luxury resort.
Precisely. It opens up possibilities.
So, thinking about all this, what does it mean for you, the listener, planning your own trip?
Well, it prompts that question, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What kind of Maldivian trip really calls to you? Are you drawn more to that authentic cultural immersion on a local island like Dagura?
Or is the idea of the seamless service and maybe an overwater bungalow at a resort more your style? Or perhaps a mix, like this itinerary suggests?
Exactly. There's no single right answer. It's about finding your fit.
So maybe a good next step, if this has sparked your interest, is to actually look up those inter-island ferry routes. See how easy it is to hop between islands. Or browse the day pass options for some resorts in atoll you're interested in.
Start putting some shape to the dream.
Yeah. Start planning your own deep dive into this absolutely captivating corner of the world.